This episode, Mandarin, Con, and Terrorism. Or as I call it, the episode where I lost all my friends.
And I can be a Superman for you. I'll sweep you off your feet, and a princess you can be.
Hi, I'm Normal Guy, and this is Normal Guy versus the World. Everyone knows our beliefs are reflected in our art. That's why people who study history look at the art that the people did in the stories they told, and the paintings they made, etc., in order to get a better understanding of what the cultural values were that the people maybe not have been aware that they had, but was still reflected in the stories they chose to tell. So it's no surprise, in this age of terrorism, our views of terrorism are reflected in our movies. 2 movies this year that reflected 2 opposing views of terrorism that we have in this country are Iron Man 3 and Star Trek Into Darkness. Spoilers follow about this discussion. The people that represent the 2 views of terrorism are, of course, the Mandarin and Khan. The first perspective is that terrorism is something that's created by us in the West, and America in particular. The second perspective is that terrorism is a threat that exists independently from us that we have to fight. The first perspective comes from Iron Man 3. That first, naively the American characters like Tony Stark think that the terrorist is some, foreign, evil terrorist threat, threatening America. And then he discovers that it's actually a smokescreen for the real villains, who are the American businessmen who have manufactured this terrorist threat, given it an evil foreign face in order to cover up the fact that they're really responsible for it. They even say, in the Iron Man story, we create our own demons. The second perspective is, of course, in Star Trek Into Darkness, where there is Khan, who was a war criminal that was locked away, and who really is evil and really does want to destroy everything that the Federation, representing the ideal Western culture, stands for. Now, there are some bad guys in, the Federation too, but still, at the end of the movie, they say, there will always be people who want to destroy us and our way of life. This is a real debate that's going on in politics, and if you spend any time watching the news, you'll see these 2 ideas in tension. Star Trek Into Darkness one is closer to, reality. Modern radicalism that defines modern terrorism got its start in the early 20th century when the caliphates decided we don't want to be a theocracy anymore, we want to be more like the secular West, and some people said, no, we don't like that. So in any case, you don't have to agree with my opinion on this subject, but the point I hope you get out of this is that these issues that we're talking about really do make their way into our movies. And so when you watch movies, kind of look at what different perspectives and philosophies and stuff are being in those movies. Another thing I hope you take from this is that the internet is really a tolerant place, because otherwise I can get away with saying controversial stuff like this without paying very dire consequences. Jarvis, put the house on lockdown.
Regularly, sir.
Be sure to subscribe to the Real Normal Guys channel and leave a comment. Tell me what you think of this episode. I'll read them if, no one gets me first.